Good morning, traders, and welcome to Trading Wave Live at Trading Room. And I would like to welcome everyone to a new week. Hope everybody had a great weekend. All right, so guys, I'm going to be a host this morning for the live trading room. Victor is not available. As usual, I've just prepared some charts that we're going to go through. But before I go through those charts, I think we'll have to go through the trade setup that we have on the website and doing some trade management on those ones. So if you've got any charts that you are looking at, please feel free that you can share that chart, then we can have a look at it. I'm not going to be covering all the instruments. I'm just going to be covering the one that I've highlighted here. Those are the ones that are interesting for this week. Now, let's start with what we have here on the blue box trade setup. So it's going to be Euro US dollar. I'm going to be following the order that we have there. So Euro US dollar, we shared this chart here on the 4-hourly chart. So that's the trade setup that we have there. So by now we know why we are buying Euro US dollar. I see the old members that we have here. So we know by now why are we buying Euro US dollar. So we've got this one into the blue box. So I'm expecting to see this move here. We are completing this way for here. The cycle and the sequence is all in order. And I believe that this is already done from here. I'm no longer even expecting to see this low here to be taken out. I'm just expecting to see Euro US dollar to be starting to make that move to the upside. So it's not a reverse to the market, but it is what it is, guys. We've had this trade here when we were around this area here. We're looking for this to have done here and expecting this move to the upside. But then if you've got, if you've taken a loss here on a Euro US dollar, then this is the right time. Okay, by saying the right time, we've been into the blue box. We have been very well aware that when we were around here, the blue box was missing to be tagged. So it was expected that this can still come and trade lower here. So it has done that. Now we're expecting to see this move to the upside. So how do you manage Euro US dollar going forward? You need to pull your fibs here around this area here, around the wave X to the end of the end of a wave Y. So when this gets around the area of 50%, which is this somewhere around this area here, then we should be considering to run this trade risk free. Already here, this will be over like 200 pips, just this move alone here. So we will be already be running this trade risk free. But that's for the trade management, also in other instruments as well. So Euro US dollar will remain bullish. You've seen that we've got some grouping that took place here. Okay, so I've detailed this here on the live technical video. We can check that one out. That if we look at the sequence, the WXY, that is in order. If you look at the last leg of a wave Y here, we've got this is an ABC, that is in order here. And if you look at the last leg of a wave C, I clearly see a 5-wave move here to the downside. So that is in order here, meaning the sequence on almost all the cycles is in line, or almost all the bigger structure cycle is in line. And then what we have here, we had this grouping taking place here, guys. This grouping was taking place inside the blue box. So this is just calling for this one to make this move to the upside here. So you definitely want to be in this trade here. So even if it was to drop, we're still going to be looking for this move. If it drops, we're still going to be looking for this move to the upside there. But I believe that this is already done with the move to a downside. So we should be already in that trade. So it's going to be a very interesting one for this move to the upside. Right, let's look at the next one here. That will be the dollar index, as expected, inversely correlated to what is happening with the Euro US dollar. I'm just following the order, guys. That is on the website first. Once I'm done with that, then we're going to look at the instrument that I've already highlighted here. So what we have here on the dollar index, exactly what is happening with the Euro US dollar. On a 4-hour chart, we've had this one to be inside the blue box. I've said it before, guys, that some other brokers, unfortunately or fortunately, this is the broker that I use here for quite some time. So we've been looking at this here to be a 3-wave move to the upside. My broker here had missed this year into the blue box, and I've been talking about that it missed a few points here. So when we were having this move, we were very aware that this could give us this move to the upside. This could have been an expanding, running flat corrective structure, or an expanding. In this case, it was a running flat corrective structure, and the wave C has already completed. So we're looking at this one to be into the blue box. So we are expecting to start to see this move to a downside here. Now, this could mean only one thing to the US dollar pairs, or the major pairs, that we should expect them to start the move to the upside. You've seen almost all of them across the board. They are in their corrective structures and they have already done with them, except maybe US dollar yen is the one that is still showing some signs of a correction, but you would see what I'm expecting on US dollar JPY going forward. So on the 4-hour chart, this was very interesting with this grouping taking place here on the blue box. So we should expect to see this move to a downside. So if you're already short, you should remain short. If you want to join this year, move to the downside, you can still look to join here. Let's have a look at this here on the 1-hour chart. Nothing much is interesting here. We're just looking at this one to continue with this move to the downside. So the 5-wave move that I was referring to was this one here of a wave C. This is the 5-wave move that I was looking at here, 3, 4, and this to be a wave 5. Wave 5, this is expected, guys. This is a clear Elliott wave count. Let me show you here what I'm referring to. So somebody could be mistaking the rule here that the wave 5 is the longest one here. I don't like what I'm seeing here. Okay, must have not looked at this properly here, but I don't like what I'm seeing here because this is already, I'm gonna have to adjust this wave count here, guys, because looking at the wave one here, the wave, okay, no, I've mistaken it. I've got this level here. So this is like 100 to me. No, the wave count is completely correct here, guys. So we've got this as a wave 1. The wave 3 is, in terms of length, is longer than the wave 1, but the wave 5 is longer than the both wave 1 and the wave 3. Okay. So the wave count is incorrect. So we're looking for this move to a downside to fear on the dollar index. A break of this swing low here, guys, will be confirming that we are going to get this more move to a downside. Yes, we are already short here. Hence, this was short in the under the blue box trade setup. But then for more confirmation, a break of this swing high here, we should expect that at some point around this area here, we're going to get this move here and then a move to a downside. That is for those who are not yet in. If you see this is a 5-wave move, at least to come around this area here, then you should be expecting this pullback and then a move to a downside. So if you're already short and if you want to add a position, you are going to add somewhere around this area here. And this should continue with this move to a downside. Let's have a look at the next one here on the website. I've got the website on the other side of the screen, guys. So that's what I'm referring to. AUDJPY, let's quickly go there. So we're doing some trade management here. AUDJPY. Okay. So AUDJPY, we've been looking at this here. We've got the trade that was running here from here. So we're just doing some trade management on that one. You should be running the trade already risk-free. Now, the latest trade setup that we were expecting was this one here. We were expecting that we were going to get this one inside the blue box. Unfortunately, this got missed inside the blue box. It did not reach the blue box area here. So it missed into a few points, but I was expecting to go long from around this area here. This is the area where I was expecting to go long. Because of what is happening with New Zealand yen, guys, this move here might not take place. So this might be ready for this move to the upside here. At most, what do we do here? If we still want to jump into this trade here, we have to wait for break of this here. So already here, we are having a flag. This is a flag that is building up here. Where's my channel here? Okay, so there is a flag that is building up. So there's a running flat corrective structure there that you are seeing there. A break of these guys would result in having AUDJPY to make a move to the upside. Already you can see that the indicator here, the RSI is well above the 50 mark. We've just reset it at the bottom. This can still reset back at the bottom like this. But if this breaks here, then AUDJPY might be ready to make that move to the upside. So watch out for AUDJPY there. The blue box trade setup, our second entry, did not materialize. But for whatever reason, if you were to have a structure like this here, because we can still have this one here to be a 3-wave move, only to find another wave axis here, we still get this move to a downside. That's still very possible. If we get into the blue box around this area here, we'll be looking for that long opportunity. Now let's have a look at the next one here. I'm going to quickly run through this here. Platinum is the next one that we've had here. So platinum, we've been looking at this structure here. This should be a 3-wave move after this impulsively move here. This should be a 3-wave move into the blue box, and that is exactly what we got. This should be a 3-wave move into the blue box, and we're expecting this move to the upside here. Now, a break of this here, guys, would be meaning I'm not expecting a break of this here. If this can still stay here above this swing low here, then this is going to make a move to the upside. It should. Yes, it's a 3-wave move, but this is very normal that you have your wave 1. Get everybody thinking that this is a flag for everybody to go short, and then the market puts the other way around. So as long as this low has not been taken, platinum is going to continue with this move to the upside. If it gets taken, it does not mean that we should short it here. The only time this is going to confirm to go short is when it breaks this low, because this can still be an 11 swing second terminating right inside the blue box. So this could be your W, your wave X, this could be your wave X here, and you can still get this one as a 3-wave move as a wave Z rather, and which you find out that your wave 2 is here and still make this move to the upside. So don't get confused or don't get induced to go short here. The only time we're going to look for short opportunities is when we are around this area here. But for now, I still like the idea of this one to make a move to the upside. You can refer on the website on a daily time frame. Why are we looking for this move? This arrow here, I'm just pulling it just to show you here. I'm expecting 1,000 of pips here on platinum for a move to the upside. So every time, I'm not going to be looking for selling opportunities here. I'm going to be looking for buying opportunities. Even if we're to have this break here, guys, this will just be a break that can come and take this low here, but eventually we are going to see this one to be making this move to the upside. But for now, this is going to be my key level. If it does that, just know that this is our corrector. We get 3 more wave move against this low here, then we will still be looking for that move to the upside. So very likely, even if that wave X, even if this is our connector here, we're gonna get this one to be a 3-wave move, still terminating inside the blue box. That will mean if you are already long here, you will still be safe even if we get this with the Z leg here. But eventually, we're going to be expecting that move to the upside. Let's look at the next one on the website. That will be Pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand. This blue box trade setup, guys, they've been playing very nicely recently. So I hope everybody made some money there. Pound New Zealand, we're looking at this one to be a 3-wave move inside the blue box, and this is we're looking at this one to be ready for a move to the downside. So there was a second entry there if you missed it. Okay, so we're looking at this here to be a WX. This should have been our wave Y. But I've showed something before here, guys, that Pound New Zealand, as much as we are short, I might not be surprised if this makes one more leg to the upside before this move to the downside. That move to the upside will still be terminating at the blue box. Why am I saying that? If you look at the size of this, just look at this here, this leg alone here, okay, compared to this leg here. Now, if you look at the internals, this is a 3-wave move that I'm looking at here, or you can have your 3-wave moves here, still fine. This, in terms of size, this was a very sharp one here. So for me, I expected that this can still give us this move here. Then it will look all right in terms of the size of the W and the wave Y. It does not have to, but it will look right. So if you are already shorted, with me showing you this here, does not mean that you should consider to cut your trade. No, I'm still expecting, even if this was to come here, I'm still expecting it to terminate right inside the blue box, but eventually this should make this move to the downside. But as long as this high is going to be holding, then we're going to be still looking for this one to continue from here. It can continue from here. It does not have to do this here. In terms of pips, this was at equal legs exactly. So we should be expecting to see a continuation move to the downside. Especially, you will see New Zealand US dollar. I'm expecting a move to the upside. So New Zealand US dollar pushing to the upside will definitely drive this instrument to the downside. Let's look at the next one here. That would be Euro New Zealand. Let's have a quick one here on Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand. Okay, so Euro New Zealand, each perfect from the blue boys. We're still expecting to see more continuation move to a downside here. So every time you get the pullbacks around this area here, you should be expecting to see this one here. So we're looking at this here to be in the wave 3. Okay. So this is the wave 3 that we're expecting, wave 3 of a wave 5. So in terms of the degrees, guys, this I can easily change this one here to be in the green minute degree. You don't have to worry about the degrees. For now, I'm just showing you what is the direction of Euro New Zealand. From the blue box, you should still remain long here. I'm still expecting to see more downside. Like I've said, if New Zealand US dollar is going to make a move to the upside, it will be supporting that the New Zealand code pairs to make a move to the downside. But from there, you should remain short. As long as this is going to stay above this below this swing high here, even if you get these pullbacks, as long as this is going to be my key level, we should still look for this move to the downside here. Let's look at the next one. So this one here has not yet given us a trade to run it risk-free. You should still maintain your stop loss. But if you had your stop loss above this here, few points, you should move your stop loss exactly at this invalidation level here. I'm no longer expecting the price to get around this area. Doing so will be almost invalidating this here, and we might even have this one to even trade more higher before we make this move to a downside. That should be AUD New Zealand. I've shown this one a couple of times, but we're just expecting a pullback here. Other than that, we should be running this trade here already risk free. Let's look at AUD New Zealand. This is what I'm expecting here, that we should get a pullback at some point here. So I'm looking at this here to be a 5-wave moves already. Hence, I'm saying that you should be running this trade risk-free, and you should have taken half of the position. If you have not yet taken half of the position, you can do that. So because I'm expecting to see this pullback here, that will be 50% of this whole move here before we see a resumption move to the upside. So that's how we're going to manage AUD New Zealand. Let's look at the next one. That would be Euro AUD. Unfortunately, we've got a couple of them here, guys. So I have to cover them all because this session is for that. Euro AUD, still expecting a move to a downside. So we'll be looking at this here to have done the correction right inside the blue box with an 11 swing sequence. You saw what I just showed you now on the platinum, that this platinum can even do this wave Z just inside the blue box, just like Euro AUD. So we're looking at this here to be an impulsively move, wave 1, and we're looking at this here to have done the wave 2. Now the expectation is for this one to continue with the move to the upside. Now you should consider to be running this trade risk-free. Why am I saying that? Because this is starting very correctively here. So you might find out that when we get around this area here, this is a structural level. So this could be a structure here. We can have this one to get here, take this low here, or even break below and have this one to make this move here before the move to a downside. So if this does happen, you don't want to get yourself to be taken out after almost 180 pips move here. So you should be running this one risk-free, offload half of the position and let the rest run. A break of this year, then will be giving us an opportunity that we can add more positions. Let's look at the next one. That would be CAD yen, still expecting a move to the upside here. So look at this here, CAD yen. Please take note, guys, that I'm not covering that indicator here because these instruments were taken based on the blue box. But as soon as they leave the blue box with a decent move, then I will look at the indicator. Let's look at CAD JPY. CAD yen, still expecting to see a move to the upside here. So this move, what you are seeing here, guys, chances are that this is not going to play out. This move to a downside might not play out, especially once we take this high here. So if we take this high, this is definitely going to make this move to the upside. This is an update that we have on the website, but check out. Can't recall whether it's a very technical video or it was a weekly analysis. So you don't have to go there if it's a weekly analysis. I'm still going to explain this here. So we took this one here from the blue box. We should be running this one risk free, and we should look to take a trade if this one breaks above here. Unfortunately, this was in a blue box here, just this move here alone. It's just that I was expecting to get this deep correction here. I was expecting to see at least a 50% of this move here before we see a move to the upside. But with what is happening with Brent crude oil starting to make this move to the upside, then CAD yen definitely is going to trade higher from here. But you don't just go there and immediately buy it, because like I've said, this can still give us this 3-wave move. At least you should wait for this break here. A break of this and you're getting these corrective structures, then you will definitely call for more move to the upside on CAD JPY. Now let's look at the indicator here from the 4-hour chart, preferably. 4-hour chart, you can see that this is very likely that this is not going to make this structure here. So this structure might not take place on CAD yen. This might just trade higher from here. This was a 3-wave structure here. Unfortunately, there was no clear flag here because this was this traded even more higher. So that's why I'm saying you need to wait for the break of this here. But if you look at the other side, this is trading above the 50 mark, came back to retest the 50 mark here, while the stock has already set the bottom. So this is going to continue with the move to the upside. So if you are already long, you should remain long. At most, when this breaks here, guys, break the high, you should consider to be moving your stop loss at the swing low here. Okay, this should be your stop loss once we get this break above this area here. I'm going to be expecting the continuation move to the upside. Let's see here. Okay, I think we are done, except New Zealand Chief. It's another trade setup. Euro pound failed. The trade that we had on Euro pound, it failed. I'm gonna cover that one as well. So New Zealand chief, we've been looking at this one here to come into the blue box. It is already inside the blue box here. So I'm gonna be expecting to see a move to the upside. So this was a three-wave move that I'm referring to here. After this impulsively move, this to be inside the blue box. So I'm expecting to see a continuation move to the upside. So it has not yet given us a chance to break this one at even. You're going to pull your fibs here. Let me do this here. If you pull your fibs from the end of wave X to the end of wave Y, immediately when this gets around the area of 50 and 61.8, around this area here, a candle closing, and then we are going to consider to break this one at even, just in case if they decide to come back here, so that we can be taken out and break even. Okay. So when they get around this area here, then we're going to consider to move the stop loss to the break even. But I'm expecting to see some continuation move to the upside. I'm going to show you something on a US dollar chief that might cause these chief pairs to either trade sideways from here or to even try to trade lower. Now, I think I'm done with the other instruments that we had on the website. I think we are done with that. The failed trade that we had was Euro pound, guys. So Euro pound, we were looking for this year to make this move to the upside, only to find out that we were trading what seems to be wave 5 here. Okay, so we're expecting this one to make this move to the upside after the break of this. Unfortunately, it came back and took our stop loss here, because if somebody was at a break even here, myself, I was taken out on a stop loss here because of this move. So that means the okay, so there might be a change of a structure here on a Euro pound. Instead of this being a wave 3 here, you will find out that this was just an ABC structure. This should have been a 3-wave move, an A here, a B, a wave C as a 3-wave move. You get this one to come down impulsively, or it can even also come back in a 3-wave move and then give us an expanding flat corrective structure, or can still give us a running flat corrective structure, and then you get this move to the upside. So that's going to be a chart update that you will see on Euro pound. Now let's get down to business. Let's look at pound US dollar. Pound US dollar, I'm expecting to see a continuation move to the upside here. So I've been looking at this structure here. You can check out on a daily technical video that I'm looking at this here to be a 3-wave move to the upside. This is a 3-wave move to the upside, 3-wave move to a downside, and I'm expecting to see this move to the upside. Yeah, this can come around the area of 140 before a move to the downside and then a move to the upside. That's what I'm expecting on a bigger picture. But for now, we are going to be focusing on this here. As long as this is going to stay above this swing low here, I'm going to be expecting to see this move to the upside here. That is going to be similar to this one here. Now, this blue box was not represented, but I think sometime last week I covered this here. I always talk about the market, guys, loving this price here, this level here of 138.2. If you look at pound US dollar, this almost turned at 138.2. As from Thursday, I was looking for this move here. Now I'm looking at this here to be a 3-wave move, this being our W, 3-wave move up here, this to be our wave X, and lastly, this to be an ABC. Now I'm expecting to see this move to the upside. So if you are seeing any flags around this area here, then you should consider to look for that buying opportunity on pound US dollar. Now, I must say that this will be positioning ourselves, because this can even trade all the way up, especially that the other US dollar pairs, I'm expecting them to trade higher. This might even trade more higher. So here, this is a 3-wave structure that is playing out here. Now, if you look at the indicator here, you've got this one to be a flag. This is a flag here, so you can look for a trade here. This to be a 3-wave structure here, which can still even come around this area here. But a break of this here is going to be calling for this move to the upside on pound US dollar. We've got the other side to be above the 50 mark here. The stock to have been at the bottom, or rested at the bottom. So I'm expecting to see this one to make this move to the upside. Beside that, I've just shown you this blue box here. If you look on the 4-hour chart, we had this grouping taking place here on pound US dollar. So we were grouping while we were in the blue box, or in this range here, where I'm expecting to see a move to the upside. Now, this blue box was not represented because it's still in the corrective structure here. But when I had it, I was trying to show a range that even if we trade lower here, this was based on when we were around this area here. I said this can still trade around this range here. But eventually, we're going to be expecting to see this move to the upside. Now, if you look at that, we had this grouping taking place here while we're in this area here between the 100 and 1.618. So I'm not going to be surprised if I see this one to be making this move to the upside here. This should continue with this move to the upside. Going forward, I know that we've got a strategy that we take. I'm going to show you here something on the 5-hour chart. Okay, I'm going to bring this here on the 1-hour chart. There were so many trading opportunities that we had here, guys, but I did not want to flood you guys with these trade setup. Now, this was an easy trade to take. Why am I saying this? The wave one, guys, most of the time is going to be confusing whether it's a corrective structure or it's a wave one. It will normally start with a 3-wave move. So this was a trade setup here, exactly at this low here. This was a trade setup, and this was a very low risk trade. I'm showing you this, guys, because I want you to familiarize yourself that the wave one, it does not have to be a 5-wave. If you're looking for this, then you're going to miss a lot of opportunities. Okay, we need to be able to buy this trade here. As much as this is going to be a wave one or a wave 8 in a high degree, but we need to buy these pullbacks here. And this is exactly what happened with the pound US dollar. This is our wave one. This is a pullback here, being our wave two. So this is going to continue with this move. At most, your first target should be around this area here. Even when you trade it from here, you should be targeting that as your first target. Remember, we are expecting to see a 3-wave move. So this could be a 5-wave move to the upside, and then you get this correction, and then a combination move to the upside. But that's going to be a very interesting one for a move to the upside. Let's look at the next one here. That would be US dollar chief. US dollar chief, as expected, Euro US dollar is starting to make a move to the upside. Unfortunately, I've shown you this before here, but I'm gonna, if you get an access to watching the daily technical analysis, I'm going to explain this here more in detail. Okay, so I'm looking at this one here to be done with this move to the upside. I can make this here to be a wave 4. Let me show you on the 4-hour. I've talked about this here before, that this could be done here, this wave 4, depending that the price was not coming around this area here. Structurally, this would have made sense to have a structure like this here. This will come around the area of a blue box, then from here make this move to a downside. But because Euro, US dollar, and the dollar index, they've already been into their blue boxes and they look ready for a move to a downside. So we're going to look at the US dollar chief as leading the US dollar pairs. This will have been our wave 1, the wave 4 ended here, while the rest of the US dollar pairs have got the wave 4 here. But had we had this move here, then we would have looked for this wave 4 to be here. But now I'm looking at this one here. This was the structure that makes me look at this here to be a wave 2. This should have been a 5-wave move, a 3-wave move to the downside, a 5-wave move as an ending diagonal here. An ending diagonal, wave C, while Euro US dollar is done with the wave 4. So this could mean one thing, that this is already done as well. So we're going to be looking for this move to a downside there, especially against this high here. I believe that this is done. And if you look on the 1-hour chart, you will see that there's a flag that is building up here, and there's the indicator. Okay, if you look at the indicator here, this is below the 50 mark, resetted at the top. And if you look at this, you've got the flag here. Now, you are going to look to sell this here, a break of this flag. But I must say, guys, this flag, the market is going to make this here on purpose, because they know that everybody, when they see a flag here, they are definitely going to jump in. So this can still be a 3-wave move. This can break here and still give us this move to the upside. So me, preferable, if this was to give us this 50% retracement from this swing high to here, then I'm going to be looking to go short around this area here. But because Euro US dollar, we're not expecting a pullback, we're just expecting this move here. So this flag is very likely that it might play out and continue with this move to a downside. But if we get this one to give us these 3 waves here around this area here, then you should definitely look for this trade, and it's going to be a very low risk trade against this high here. There are so many charts to look at, guys, here. So I'm going to try and go as quick as I can. AUD US dollar expecting a move to the upside here. So we've been looking at this one to be an 11 swing sequence against this low here. We're expecting to see a move to the upside. So you can see here that these trades are low risk. Even if these trades were to stop us out, this is going to be a low risk. But imagine if we were to get these trades in our favor. We are looking for 5-wave moves here that has to break this high here. Okay. I'm not even going to talk about the target here, but just a break of this high here. If we're just to trade this here for just this move here alone, this is a very significant amount of pips. So we're looking at this one here to be now wave one here, or this could be a wave A. Does not matter for now, but for now, all what we know is that this, what has happened to you on our left, is just telling us that we should get this move to the upside. Whether it's going to be a wave A or it's going to be a 3 and a 4 and a wave 5, that's still meant to be seen. But for now, we should look for long opportunities on AUD US dollar. If you are long from the blue box, you should still be remaining long here. This is going to make this move to the upside. Yeah. Now, if you want to jump into this, you should look for this flag here. The indicator, just confirming that here, we've got this one to be retesting the 50 mark, the stock to have been at the bottom, and the dollar index to be into the blue box, expecting this move to a blue box on the dollar index. That will be calling for these US dollar pairs to be making that move. So if you can get a trade around this area here, you should hold on for the trade. I'm no longer expecting that this is going to come around this area here, let alone this one here, but just this year. This will be invalidating. This could be a start of a move to the upside. Like I've said, they start very correctively here. You are seeing this as a 3-wave move, but you can get this one to come around this area here, fail to break this, and you get this move to the upside. So watch out for AUD US dollar. So it will be the same as well for New Zealand US dollar. New Zealand US dollar. So this is what I'm expecting here. So I was looking at this here. I'm trying to show you guys that these 3 waves are very important. You need to know first, where are you in terms of the cycle and what are you expecting? So we've been looking at this here to have been our wave 1, and this to have been our wave 2 here, right inside the blue box, even though this blue box is not represented, but I expect everybody to be able to map this blue box here. So if I've missed to map it, then I expect everybody to be able to map it. This should be a 3-wave move, up here, and this should be a 3-wave move to the downside, right inside the blue box. So we've only got this one to be start. This is a start of a move to the upside. Even if you are seeing this here, you should not feel like that Sandile was hiding some trades from us. No, I was not. This is still very safe that you can look for this buying opportunity here. Now, if you buy it here, you're not going to have your stop loss here. Preferable, have your stop loss at this low. Can you see how the risk here is very, very, very low, guys? So look for these buying opportunities here. Now, the indicator is even telling us that we should be buying this year. We've got the RSI to be retesting the 50 mark here. The stock is resetting at the bottom. We've got these structures that are taking place here. If, for whatever reason, these structures here, they get to give us these pullbacks here, because this can still happen. That you get this is a pullback, then it will be a bonus trade to take, because you are no longer going to be taking it against the range of a blue box, instead against this low here. So look for this to make this move to the upside. So you should be taking note here on these US dollar pairs, because they're going to have impact on the cross pairs. By cross pairs, I'm referring to any pair that is crossing with New Zealand US dollar or Euro AUD. Let's look at pound JPY. This should be one of the interesting instruments to look for a move to the upside. Very low risk here as well. I'm expecting to see this move here to the upside. So we've got a break of this here. Looking at the indicator, this was above the 50 mark, resetted at the bottom, and looking at this here. So this looks ready for this move to the upside. If you buy this here, your stop loss should be at this low here. Very low risk trade as well here. So what we're looking at here, this should be a 5-wave move to the upside, being our wave 1 here. This should have been our wave 1. We need to take responsibility, guys. By saying that, we need to be able to execute that trade, not based on what we will be providing, even if I don't post this on the website. So with these charts here, they should be helping few people here to make money. So I'm looking at this to have done without coming to the start of a wave 1. So this looks ready for a move to the upside here. So if you buy this, you're going to be buying it against this low here, not this one here, but against this low, because I believe that this is already starting a move to the upside. This should be a wave 1, a wave 2. We should be say 3, 4, and a wave 5 here on pound JPY. Let's look at the next one. That is Euro JPY inside the blue box. You should have seen this chart here from Friday. Unfortunately, it's full under the blue box. I should have shared this one here under the trade setup. Okay, so Euro JPY, I'm looking at this one here to be our wave 1. This should be a 5-wave move here, expected this year to terminate right inside the blue box. Now we're already starting to make this move to the upside here. So we should be looking for this trade here. This is still within the blue box. If you buy this one here, your stop loss should be exactly at this low here. This is going to continue with this move to the upside. I'm not going to look at the indicator because this is based on the blue box trade setup. I think I've covered New Zealand JPY. Okay, I did not cover this one. New Zealand yen, this is one of the trade that you might want to jump into this year against this low here. I believe that this is already done. So if you remember, I was talking about AUD JPY. I'm looking at this here to be a wave 1 here, 5-wave move, and this to be a 3-wave move to a downside here. Now I'm expecting to see this move to the upside. It did not come and take this low here, so this should continue with this move to the upside. AUD JPY expected to make a move to the upside, so you should be looking for a buying opportunity here. You buy this here, your stop loss should be exactly at this low, one of those very low risk trade as well here. Guys, I'm still expecting to see some charts here. If you've got any pairs that you're looking at, please feel free to share those with me. I think I've covered most of the instruments here. Euro Chief, I'm still expecting one more move to a downside here. So we're looking at this one to be a 5-wave move to the upside, being our wave A, and we're looking at this one here to be our wave B. The wave B, I'm expecting it to come and terminate inside the blue box, this being a 3-wave move. If this comes here, then I'm going to be looking for this buying opportunity against this swing low here. But you need to be mindful, guys. US dollar Chief is a major pairs for the Chief pairs. I'm expecting a move to a downside. A big move to a downside on US dollar Chief. So this might have an impact on the Chief pairs. Now recall one thing here on a Euro Chief, I've said it before, that as much as we're looking for this year to be an A, B, C to the upside, this wave X, there's nothing wrong with this year to be done here. This expanding failed corrective structure, for me, it still does qualify. We might have broken the 1.618 here, but we quickly came back here. So I might not be surprised if this is going to trade all the way down. Unfortunately, we missed this one here. Not that we missed it. We wanted this one to come into the blue box because I wanted to position ourselves if this was going to make this move to a downside. I wanted this here to come here. We had a blue box here. I wanted to short this here for this move to a downside. Unfortunately, we missed it. Had we short this one here, when we get around this area here, we would have moved our stop loss, taken partial of the profit, and look for whether this was going to break here or it was going to make this bounce. Meaning that we would have a short opportunity, we would have short this here, take out partial of the profit, get into the blue box, buy this back while we have this position running. If this gets here, then we would have closed this buy here and let the sell run. But had we got this buy, we're going to have a buy here and have this move here while we're still having a sell position, taking us on a break even while we've already taken a partial of the profit, then we'd have let this buy to continue with the run. So that was my plan, but unfortunately we missed the blue box here. So that plan failed. Check this one back here. Let's have a look at this. I think I still have got a number of instruments to look at here. AUD Chief, we've been looking at this one here to be a move to the upside. Inside the blue box, this was not shared, but I think we've been discussing this year here. So we look at this one to have been into the blue box, and against this low, we're still expecting this one to make this move to the upside here. So if you are able to get this one from the blue box, then you should be considering to running this trade risk-free already, because this has already gone up to 50 and 61.8. In either case, we're looking at this one to be our wave 1, this to have wrap up the wave 2. So we're expecting to see this year to continue the 5-wave move to the upside. That would be the same. We've covered New Zealand Chief. Let's look at the next one here. That would be the indices. The indices, guys, I'm still expecting this move to the downside here. So I'm going to be looking at this one close here. So I'm looking at this here to be a WXY structure inside the blue box. Then we're going to be looking for that move to the upside. So expect a little bit of a move to a downside on the indices before they make a move to the upside. But interestingly on NASDAQ looks ready for a move to the upside here. Yes, we missed a blue box on NASDAQ here, but this looks ready for a move to the upside. Unless if this is your wave 1 here, This being a wave 1, a wave 2, a 3 here. Then we get this one to be a 3-wave move, a wave 4, and then we get one more leg, and before we see this move to the upside. But as it stands for now, I'm looking at this one to be my wave 1, a 2, a 3 here, running flat corrective structure as our wave 4. This to be our wave 5. So I'm expecting to see this move here. If this gives us this impulsively move here, at least to come around the area of 50 and 61.8, with that being a 3-wave move, then Nasdaq will be ready for a move to the upside. If it does that, that would mean the blue boxes that we're expecting, they might be missed, but we're still going to be monitoring those here. So S&P 500, similar to what is happening with the industrial, I'm expecting this one for one more leg to the downside. You can refer on the 4-hour chart, guys, if you're not sure why am I looking at this structure. So I'm looking at this here to be a W, wave X, a wave Y here to be a wave 4. Then after that, I'm going to be expecting to see a continuation move to the upside. Let's look at the next one here of the indices. That will be DAX. Similar to what I'm expecting on the S&P 500, this should be a 3-wave move to a downside, being our WXY structure into the blue box. Then I'm going to be expecting a move to the upside. Just to explain here, if you remember, we had this here as a wave 3. I might have missed to check this one here. This did not qualify to be a wave 3. This was very short compared to a wave 1, even though it would have still been a wave 3 if a wave, depending on the wave 5 was going to be short. But if you look on a daily, I'm expecting a big move to the upside. So I had to do some adjustment here. This to be our wave 1 here. So I'm looking at this one to be a wave 2. Normally the wave 2 will be deep. If it's going to be that deep wave 2, then we are going to get a reaction here. Instead of this move to the upside, then we're going to get this here as a 3-wave move and still get 3 more waves to the downside before we get this move to the upside. Yeah, but when we get into the blue box, then we're going to be looking to go along just like the rest of the indices. Nikki, you saw the adjustment that we're looking at here. This to have done with the wave 1 in the yellow intermediate degree. So we're looking at this one to be a 3-wave move. It has just started to break the blue box before here. But this here does not mean that I'm expecting that this is going to continue here. This is going to be a trade. This is a trade setup for this move to the upside. As long as we're going to be trading above this here, I'm going to be expecting a continuation move to the upside. All right, so guys, that's all what I have for me to share with you guys today. Okay, so I guess everybody was here to listen to what I have to share, and nobody is looking at is sharing any instruments. Just to cover a few here, cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, I'm expecting to see this move here to continue the move to the upside. You've seen this one, how accurate we've been with the cryptocurrencies. Guys, it's a matter of being patient here. I know that everybody, when they were seeing this started taking place here, most of the people were thinking for this move here. But with this invalidation level, it has always been the key that we should be expecting to see a move to the upside. Now with Bitcoin, this could be a wave 1, a wave 2, and we could be having this one here to be a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3 here, 4 and a 5 is done here. So you could be getting this here to be a wave 4, okay? This year could be a wave 4, a structure like this, but eventually you should see this one to continue with the move to the upside. Same thing applies on Ethereum. I'm just covering all the cryptocurrencies here. Ethereum will be the same as Bitcoin. I'm still expecting to see this one to continue the move to the upside. Now, what's interesting here is this. We've got these structures here to be formed here. So this could only be the corrective structure that we are looking at here. So we should expect that this is going to make a move to the upside. We've got this here to be a flag. So we should expect to see this move from here to make a move to the upside. That would be similar to Litecoin. Gold. Okay, we'll check gold and silver. This is a structure that we are looking at here. This should continue with this move to the upside. So this is an expanding flat corrective structure here. So we should see some continuation here with this move to the upside. So every time the cryptos, they give you those pullbacks, guys, you must look at as buying opportunities. I believe that they are ready. Ripple, looking at this one here to be a running flat corrective structure here. I'm expecting to see this one to continue with this move to the upside. All right, so that's all that I had to share with you guys. So somebody's requesting that we look at gold. Gold, I'm still expecting a move to the upside here. I believe that this move to a downside is already done with gold, with an alternative structure, of course, that this can even still a bigger move to the downside, but we can catch out that when we do the commodity LTA. But gold, I'm expecting to see this move to the upside here. I don't think that this is going to make a move to a downside all the way up. In either case, this could be just be a corrective structure here. Okay, so this could be a 3-wave move structure here. and then I'm going to be expecting to see this move to the upside. Especially, I'm not expecting this to come here because I'm looking at this here to be a wave 1, yeah, wave 2, and this to be a wave 3, and a 4, and this wave 5. Then after that, I'm going to be expecting the deeper pullback before we see this move to the upside here. Now, if you check this here, gold needs to come at equal legs here. When we were around here, I was still expecting to see this move here. If you pull your fibs, I was still expecting for this to come at least. I was still expecting this to come here. Then from here, I was expecting that we can start to look for a buying opportunity. Unfortunately, this caught us off guard. So this could be done here, this being a 3-wave move, this here to be a 3-wave moves here, and expect this move to the upside. This is allowed that the wave Y can terminate at 0.618, and this could be the case. So as long as gold is going to stay above this swing low here, then we're going to be looking at this one to make a move to the upside. Even if it wants to trade lower, at least it must give us these 3-wave moves here. If this is a 3-wave move, if this is a 3-wave moves alone, at least gold must give us this structure here. Okay, this structure here, and make a 3-wave move before we make this move to the upside. Yeah, this move to the upside, I've shown it on the 4-hour chart that gold can still trend back as far as 1500 area to a 1400 area, somewhere around there. That's still a possibility. Like I said, you can catch out that when we do the LTA of the gold of that commodity pairs. So in either case, that 1500, I'm not just expecting from here to go all the way down. We still have got this here. This should be an ABC if it's going to make a move to a downside. So in either case, we're still going to be looking for that plus or minus 1,200 pips to the upside before gold can consider that move to the downside. Let's look at the next one. I hope you are satisfied with gold there. Okay, welcome there. Silver, I'm expecting to see a move to the upside here. So I've looked at this one to have already ended this structure here on the 4-hour chart. So I'm going to be expecting to see a move to the upside. These two have been a WXY in yellow. So I'm looking at this here to be a 3-wave move to the downside. We've been looking at this structure here for quite some time. This should be a W, wave X, wave Y, and the last leg here of a wave Y in a red minor degree. I'm looking at this here to be an 11 swing sequence here. So against this low here, I'm going to be expecting that this is going to make this move to the upside. Let me just show you here on the 1-hour chart and zoom into that structure. So I'm looking at this here to be already done with this move to the upside. So against this low here, even if we get this one to give us the structure here, I'm going to be expecting this move to the upside because this looks like a 5-wave moves already to the upside here. The 5-wave moves I'm referring to are this one here. This to be my wave 1, a wave 2, a 3 here, a 4, and this to be a wave 5. So we should expect to see this pullback and then a continuation move to the upside. So around the area of 50 and 61.8, you're going to be expecting to look for a buying opportunity rather. So this can just come around this area here. Okay, get a pullback, and then this comes around this area here, then that would be your WXY structure. Then we're going to be looking for that move to the upside. Okay, happiness. All right, guys, I'm going to see you when we do the US dollar pairs. So cheers, guys, for now, and have a good one. Bye-bye.